What's going on, guys? Mike here with another Black Ops 2 video, and today we got a little bit of Hardpoint here on Hijacked, a map that I have been loving. The only reason I really like this map is because it's small and it's hectic, and you can get a lot of kills in a short amount of time, and you can get a lot of deaths in a short amount of time, both of which I'm really good at. Yeah, when I play on these small maps or whenever I use the MP7, which I'm using right here, I tend to rush and die. However, I do like to play the objective as much as I can. Unfortunately, when the hard point's in the middle like this, I don't really like going in there because there's not much that I can really do. So instead, I kind of just sit on the outskirts and, I try to help my team out while they're defending. I see how much, support I can give them in order to capture the points and so on. As for the gun I'm using, like I said, it's the MP7. I'm using the reflex scope, I think it is, with hip laser sight, and that is about it. I just prestiged the weapon, not my gun. I found out that you could prestige the weapon, so I said, hey, why not? Let's prestige the weapon. So I went ahead and prestiged the weapon, and yeah, so I'm re-leveling it up and everything. So it's quite fun to get XP and use a gun that I absolutely enjoy a bunch. But I do pretty well in this game. I do die a lot, but, I'm sick of, people on YouTube who only post games where they go absolutely godlike, like 500 or like 60 and 3 or stuff like that. This is how I play. I'm a run and gun type of person. I die to grenades, obviously. And, I figured it's fun and entertaining to watch because there's a lot of rushing involved. And a lot of high score streaks, or at least a lot of sentry guns and guardians and whatnot. But instead of the gameplay, we're going to talk about this new game that I've actually just gotten into recently, and by recently I mean the last few hours or so. I'd probably say within the last 5 hours or so. This game called Raiders. This is a game by Perfect World. It's an MMO, but it's an MMO unlike any other MMO that I've really played. Excuse me. It's more of an MMO that's oriented around real action fighting. What I mean by that is you actually, left click in order to do your swings, and you hold your right mouse button in order to block, and you can dodge and stuff like that. So it's actually quite fun. Picture, I guess in a way it's kind of like Guild Wars 2 combat, except you could choose when to block, which is really cool. I really like the aspect of being able to block attacks. Unfortunately, it's not like you could block an attack and it, takes up all the damage. You do actually get hit by a little bit amount, but it's not. It's like halved. But anyway, the gameplay is actually quite fun. I think I'm only level 9. No, I think I'm level 10, and I've only been playing for a few hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours. And I streamed my first impressions of that. If you guys want to watch it, it's probably saved on my live stream page at twitch.tv/Diglio. You guys can check it out, check out the gameplay. Or you can just YouTube the gameplay. It's called Raiders, R-A-I-D-E-R-Z. And, yeah. So, it's a very fun game. The class I am right now, I believe there are 4 classes in the game. It's Guardian, Berserker, Cleric, and Wizard, or Mage, something like that. I don't know. I chose the Berserker only because they use two-handed weapons, and what's cooler than a two-handed sword? Honestly. Nothing is cooler than a two-handed sword. Any game I play, I go for the two-hander because two-handers are boss, and that's where it's been at. And there you go. Excuse me. I've been recovering from a nasty cold, and whenever I swallow, it's very hard to swallow. It sounds really weird, but I'm trying to recover from that as best I can. So you're gonna have to bear with me. And I don't know where that guy came from. He just popped out of nowhere. But anyway, so back to this game, Raiders. It has a very interesting, I guess, way to the game. I mean, it's more quest-based to level, which I like, rather than just straight grinding, because straight grinding can just kill you. But the way you buy gear, it's not like you just go to, to buy leveling gear, let's just say. You don't just go to a merchant or buy any gear, I guess, in that sense in the game. I know I'm jumping around here. But you have to go to a merchant, and you actually have to craft your gear. I'm not sure if mobs drop gear. I haven't actually seen any mobs drop any pieces of gear yet, so I'm pretty sure they don't drop gear. But instead they all drop crafting materials, and with those crafting materials you then have to craft your gear in order to upgrade. And you can craft, you know, the basic gear. You can then craft like your green gear. Then you can craft epic gear. And the epic gear usually all have sets to them or set bonuses, stuff like that. So it's really cool, and it's really something different that I'm not used to seeing. You know, normally when you play any MMO and you just start out and you're looking to get some gear upgrades, you kind of just go to the merchant and you're kind of like, oh, okay, let me just buy my whites just so I have at least enough armor to do something. And it's kind of like the easy way out. At least in this one, you actually need to kill mobs in order to get your crafting material, in order to make your gear, which is really cool. So yeah, so it brings a different element to a game, or at least it involves crafting much more into a game, which I like, you know, to see like professions and stuff. That guy, I don't know why I decided to throw that at him. So I'm having quite a bit of fun with the game. If you guys like, I could make a video or two. Maybe I'll make a video on my first impressions, just to, you know, show you guys what the game actually is all about. It's very fun. I know when I was streaming it, I had some people saying that, oh, you know, Raiders got a little bit of hate as an MMO, you know, it's this, that, and the other thing. It's whatever. Everyone is always going to have their opinions about different MMOs or different games in general. People are going to be like, oh, this game's garbage, or, oh, you know, this game's really, really good, or this game's really, really terrible, or really innovative, etc., etc. And to be honest, to say a game sucks right off the bat without even playing it, or at least playing it for an hour, it's very... I don't want to say... I don't know. You're pretty much being an asshole. I'm just going to throw it right out there. I mean, without giving a game a chance, you can't possibly know how good it's going to be. And when I say give it a chance, like, I say an hour to be, like, grateful. Like, or, like, the absolute bare minimum. Because when you play an MMO, if you jump in for, like, 10 minutes or 5 minutes, it's like, what are you actually experiencing? All you've done is the character customization, and you ran to probably the first quest guy and killed your first, like, level 2 mob, which is probably a joke. So you have to give it enough time. That's why, like, I'm not sure what the level cap is. I think it's like 35 or something. Possibly. I'm not 100% sure on that. And, you know, I'm probably going to give myself, you know, 15, 20 levels in order to think about it, or until I get bored of the game. But right now I'm not really getting bored, you know. I'm running around, I'm doing... It has all these different, like, instances and party quests that you can do, which is really cool because it brings, you know, a way to get your friends into the game, or a way to party with people rather than just having to run around solo. Although if you want to run around solo, you can, no problem. It's not like you can't do that whatsoever. So, I've been playing the game quite a bit, and I've been loving it, as I said, like 3 times. I mean, this guy gets a little knife duel here, and he gets shot down because I'm a boss. So yeah, so I've been playing Raiders, and aside from that, really haven't been doing too much else. I have been playing some Dota 2. We'll always be playing some Dota 2, you know. Dota 2 it's my MOBA of choice. I love it. Oh, this is the knife duel. Oh man, sit down. And besides those 2 games, I really haven't really found anything else that's like, yes, I must play. Because everything out there seems a little crappy. I'm not gonna lie. There's really no good games out there that I've been really interested in. You know, I was thinking about maybe Halo 4 for my Xbox, but then I realized I don't play my Xbox much. But then I was like, oh, maybe I'll get Black Ops for my Xbox, because, to be honest, playing on the PC, it's fun and all, but there's not many people who play on the PC, and believe it or not, I mean, I play Hardpoint, but I've seen the same people in, like, game after game after game, and that's leaving lobbies and joining lobbies, or playing for, you know, 45 minutes, leaving the game, coming back like 2 hours later, and joining into a game with someone I played right when I left. So there's not many, but like I think when I was playing with Razvan over here, I think there was like 13,000 players on at that time, which is nothing. And not to say that it's bad on PC, because I love it on PC. I think it's much more fast-paced on PC. The only reason I say that is because obviously, you know, with a keyboard and mouse, you move faster than with a controller, unless obviously you play with like sensitivity 10, which some people do. I don't know how. I try like I play on sensitivity 7 and 6, and I think that's even a little too fast. You know, sometimes I'll have to crank it down if I'm using a certain gun. But I don't know how these people play on sensitivity 10 with like no problems whatsoever. I'm absolutely baffled. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about picking up Black Ops for the 360. Let me know what you guys think, if I should pick it up for the 360. I mean, is there a benefit to it? I mean, not really. But, I mean, there is a benefit, but do I need to do it? No. But I figure, you know, I'll be able to play with some more people. You know, I know Zyback's been looking for people to play with, so maybe I'll get to play with him and, you know, give you my first impressions on him. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little rushing gameplay here. Final score, we won 47-18 with 7 captures and 13 defends. I'm pretty sure I dominated everybody in the game, as you can tell. 71-10 was my final score. And at that point, I was level 40. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever it may be. Mike out.